every type of GTA game there was. I had Vice City, San Andreas, The Lost and the Damned. I had all of them. I just had all of them. So I can remember the hardest missions on GTA. Like it pissed me off. You don't know how many times I turned the game off. And every time I turned it off and came back to it, I beat it on the first try. I'm like, I ain't get it, but we gonna see if these lists is right. This list is called the 6 hardest GTA missions that broke us. And I'm gonna let you know, because some of them, they broke me. Let's get it lively, let's go.
Hey guys, welcome to All Time Gaming. I'm Chris.
And I'm Jamie, and still no Jonesy today, Chris. Still in Florida. Haven't heard from him in a little while, but I'm guessing that's because he's having such a great time.
Time of his life. Anyway, back to the list. Every game series has its fair share of missions, which push the difficulty from challenging to complete and utter bull. And GTA is no different.
In fact, GTA's difficulty curve shoots up and down like indecisive Viagra, as the mixture of land, sea, and air controls don't always improve with every new entry.
From being overwhelmed by cops to those fiddly remote-controlled vehicles, here are 6 of the hardest missions in the GTA series.
When you talk about hard GTA missions, the ones that almost always spring to mind are those fiddly remote-controlled plane missions from San Andreas.
Hated those.
I mean, remote-controlled planes are bad enough in real life. Like crashing them into fields.
Yeah, even drones. I don't know how people do it.
But, Chris, those missions were not the first of their kind. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
They were just the ill-judged sequel to GTA Vice City's Demolition Man mission.
Oh, man.
And not the good Sylvester Stallone kind of Demolition Man.
Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, this is the bad Demolition Man.
John Spartan.
Exactly.
You will find 5 credits.
The objective sounds fairly straightforward. Avery Carrington wants Tommy to free up some development land further up the road, which has been thoughtlessly occupied by another construction firm.
Those bastards.
I know.
So inconsiderate.
Instead of, you know, executing the foreman or planting a timed explosive at night, Tommy elects to use a remote control helicopter to drop explosives at very, very particular points. Genius.
Yeah.
So, what's difficult about it? Well, the term remote control should be setting off alarm bells right about now, as it's well known that older GTA titles handled flying the same way Ted Cruz handles Twitter privacy. Couple that with the fact that you have to manually pick up every bomb from a staging area. Oh, and also you're against the clock, like all great missions.
Because why wouldn't you be?
Yeah, and you're being attacked by workers.
Of course.
Because why wouldn't you be as well? It's one thing after another. You do realise that Tommy has mown down hundreds of people by this point, so this is something he could easily handle in person, right? This dude can carry about 11 guns at once. What about this mission required a drone? You spend more time avoiding being swatted by workers and getting the bloody helicopter to behave itself than you do actually planting bombs. It's a frustrating, ill-conceived, poorly controlled mess which played horribly back then and has not improved with age. Still, I mean, at least Rockstar learned from their mistakes, right? Oh, wait.
Yes, this is the first of 3 appearances by everyone's favorite GTA, San Andreas, so strap in and get ready. I'm talking about a mission that is less popular than Wrong Side of the Tracks. While all of Zero's missions are god-awful, there's a special place in hell for supply lines, or as it should have been called, what?
Good name.
Yeah.
I can see that appearing in the bottom corner now, in that GTA San Andreas writing.
Zero is having a lover's quarrel with some guy called Berkeley, who has already sent his remote-controlled minions against you in a previous mission. This time, however, it's your turn as you're instructed to wipe out Berkeley's delivery couriers using a miniature plane with a minigun strapped to the front of it, strap-on style.
Exactly. If it's not remote control, it ain't GTA.
Yeah. It's hard to pinpoint what exactly is the worst aspect of this mission. Is it the tiny fuel tank that will automatically fail you if it empties? Is it the fact that your targets are spread out and difficult to nail with your absurdly wide bullet spread?
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Spray and pray, baby.
Or maybe it's the fact that these delivery boys are bizarrely well armed. Maybe, Jamie, just maybe, it's because we've already stated remote-controlled vehicles, as well as planes of any kind, were atrocious to control in these kinds of games. And because of the fuel tank, you weren't thinking about efficiency, but you were thinking about speed, which would turn an otherwise simple turn into just an absolute death plummet. Even Rockstar recognized how stupid the fuel tank was, because later editions included larger tanks and fuel usage dependent on movement instead of time. But hey, still, at least that's the only mission Rockstar has to go back and tweak, right? Spoilers, probably not. Watch the rest of the video.
GTA 3 was groundbreaking in the way it took the series 3D, establishing changes to the series that endure to this day, for better or for worse.
The game that launched 1,000 imitators.
Exactly, it really, really did. Yet the missions remained rooted in the 2D top-down era, even down to the time-restrained, odds-defying missions such as Espresso to Go.
I think you got to say that with an Italian and.
Espresso to go.
Espresso to go.
Margarita. Claude has just 8 minutes to go all around the map, destroying coffee stalls that doubled as spank dispensers. Yet another great GTA name. Don't die, don't get caught, and don't run out of time. Seems fairly simple, except that all the coffee stalls are manned by shotgun-toting arseholes who can shoot through your car like hot bullets through butter, which is even more effective than a hot knife through butter.
Yes.
You have to be almost intimately familiar with the map, as 8 minutes is a punishingly short amount of time to get all the stalls. And when you get there, you often won't have time to properly defend yourself. Your best shot is to ram the stall, but then that puts you within blast range of the gang members who, like I've said, will destroy your car just like that. It's lose, 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 lose.
Lose, lose, lose.
Yeah, all I do is lose, DJ Khaled.
Another one.
It's a level that requires more trial and error than any sort of skill. And even then, as you're being chased by the cartel, it's a question of luck as to how long your car holds out. I mean, Chris, it's literally everything that was wrong with GTA at the time, condensed into one mission.
Yes.
And again, Rockstar had to go and patch the difficulty after the fact to make it easier. Instead of shotguns, cartel members were given Uzis, and rival gangs now attack the stalls instead of Claude. It may not sound like much, but it relieved some of the pressure off the player. And in that mission, he needed all the help he could get. But back in 2001, we were screwed. So thank you. But what did you think? Do time restraints in GTA games add to the fun, or are they just unnecessary headaches? Let us know in the poll above and the comments down below.
This one is going to be very lopsided.
Yeah, I've got a feeling. I would go as far as to say that timed missions in almost any context in any game ever are not a good thing.
Well, Jamie, speaking of time restraints, GTA just couldn't get enough of them in San Andreas. I mean, what were they thinking? Okay, now look, if they were simple run-and-gun missions where you would have control of the outcome, then a ticking clock could actually build the tension. Could actually be a good thing. Kind of like could in italics.
Right, yes,
right, you get me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
But when you're reliant on everyone else behaving, though, as with 555 we tip, well, you might as well just give up right there and then. Tenpenny asks you to plant some drugs on a DA currently at the Van Gogh Hotel. Yeah.
Oh, the Van Gogh Hotel.
Oh, yeah, very clever.
Say it with a German accent.
Yeah, the Van Gogh Hotel.
Oh, the Van.
Yeah. This, of course, means that Carl has to pose as a valet, get hold of the DA's car, take it to his garage, plant the drugs, and return the car to the hotel in pristine condition under the time limit. That's right, time limit. Again, my blood pressure's rising, Jamie. This list is killing me.
Oh man, these memes are gold.
So, getting hold of the car is relatively easy. The target delivers it to you. Great. Even planting the drugs is actually a piece of cake. What is difficult is making a simple drive across town without some driving right into you. You want to drive fast to beat the time, as we said, there's a time limit, but at the same time, don't damage the car. Dent the car ever so slightly, and you'll have to waste time finding a pay and spray to repair the damage. I mean, you only have 2.5 minutes to do all of this, so every second counts. Getting worked up again.
It's understandable.
It's unavoidable, and it's almost impossible to avoid damage when people run red lights, drive like lunatics, and show a complete lack of respect for human life. I mean, what is this, a GTA game? Yeah.
Right.
Okay, look, anyway, prepare to get incredibly frustrated by other people driving in the game, unaware of the apparent irony of the situation, you know, because you drive like a lunatic and so are they, so. Okay, fine, I guess it's fair, but it's still bullshit.
Yeah, people think GTA Online is rough because other people drive like... Just try the NPCs in the game before, 2 games before. Whatever, never mind. Making its first and only appearance on this list is GTA 4.
Ooh.
I mean, we couldn't just go for all the old school ones. We had to make some. There's variety.
I mean, the point is that Rockstar just sometimes
GTA 4
never
is
learn
hands
from
down
their
the
mistakes.
second.
It was the awkward middle child of the
GTA
franchise,
series.
overshadowed by the beloved San Andreas and the successful GTA 5.
Successful? That's an understatement.
Yeah, just a little bit. Buy more shark cards, folks. The mission 3-leaf clover, while not as reliant on terrible vehicle handling, is still subject to some overwhelming odds. Which is crazy when you consider that was the mission that kind of inspired their 3 playable character twist on GTA 5.
Yeah, I guess so.
And all the heists in GTA 5. It's your standard bank heist gone wrong story. Nico, together with Packy and Derek, rob the Bank of Liberty. During the heist, though, things go wrong, and the group are forced to shoot their way out through wave after wave of cops. It's like Heat.
Yeah.
But without Val Kilmer, so it's instantly worse. They have to shoot through so many cops, Chris, that the city most likely emptied just to tackle the robbery. It's kind of like the end of Blues Brothers. It's that level of overkill.
Man, yeah, okay. I gotcha.
The difficulty here is in the length of the mission, as it seems to go on and on forever. More cops are thrown at you as you proceed down the street, attempting to evade a 3-star wanted level. Each time you gun them down, you move on, only to be faced with yet more cops, armed and armoured, gunning for you. The list of fail states is also pretty intimidating. Naturally, if you or your allies are killed, it's game over. But also, if too many hostages are killed, if the money is destroyed, or you turn out to be better than your AI teammate and go too far ahead.
Which is the easiest thing in any game ever, because AI is dog turd.
Retarded.
Instead
AI
of
is
being
retarded.
poorly implemented or a flaw in the balance, this mission has gone for quantity instead of quality in its difficulty. That was a lot of words ending in T.
Yes.
It was an iconic mission in GTA 4, one of the most memorable, but maybe not necessarily for the right reasons. It depended how many times you had to replay it.
And of course, Jamie, we round out this list with none other than San Andreas again.
Dun dun dun.
Because while it was a great game, no doubt about that, there was no shortage of frustrating, stupid, pathetic missions that made zero sense in any way, shape, or form.
All we had to do was follow the damn train, CJ.
One classic example is Tanker Commander. This mission was a lesson in why you should never stick your dick in crazy, and why you should never make sexist comments on the internet. Catalina, previous nominee for most annoying character, decides that because she can't hold up a liquor store, she'll steal a gasoline trailer instead. I mean, there are several reasons why this mission is hard and frustrating. One, you're driving 26 tons of liquid fire behind you, which is liable to explode because of the gunfire directed towards your stupid ass, which fails the mission. Two, it turns out that 26 tons is quite difficult to maneuver. Who would have thought? So while trying to escape the pissed off pursuers, it's easy to make a sharp turn and disconnect the trailer, which fails the mission. So this means that even if you do manage to kill the people attacking you, there's every chance that just one errant turn will send your cab in one direction, the tanker in another, and that failed state showing up on the screen. The only thing worse than failing is Catalina's screeching on completing the mission. That of all things, out of all of GTA, I just simply I can't handle it.
Wow.
No, I'm done.
Wow, you really are.
Hey guys, thanks for watching today's video. As usual,
Weird. I hated that. I really did hate that. Like, why would you have sex with that? CJ, she was crazy. If I had an opportunity to do that to a crazy chick that I knew was no. Girls like that don't disappear. They stay with you forever. So you either gotta kill her or you gotta suck it up and be with her. And I'm taking my chances. I'm killing that bitch if I was in that situation, but I'm not. And thank the Lord that I'm not. LOC Lockley, man, comment, like, and subscribe, and tell me any other reaction videos you want to see me react to next. I'm gone.